Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert's Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, NASCAR Cup Series, Daytona 500, the Great American Race. It is that time again. It is tomorrow. We are less than 18 hours, so it starts at 22 hours away from the Great American Race. Daytona, it is a special race. It is the Super Bowl of stock car racing. We have 200 laps, 3 stages, 65, 65, and 70. Now, we're going to run down some history of the 500 and some stuff that have coincided with that, and then we'll get to the actual who we're going to pick and some of the stats from the 500. So, 4 drivers have gone back-to-back for the Daytona 500 in the past. Now, can Austin Cindric do that? Maybe he can, maybe he can't. But Richard Petty in 73 and 74, Cale Yarborough 83 and 84, Sterling Marlin in 94 and 95, and Denny Hamlin 2019 and 2020. So Austin Cindric has a shot to do that. To win the Busch Clash and the Daytona 500 in the same year. 5 drivers have done that. Can Martin Truex Jr. do that? Now, he did have a fast hot rod at the LA Memorial Coliseum. He had a pretty fast hot rod for qualifying in the duels. But in 82, Bobby Allison. 1987, Bill Elliott. 96 and 2000, Dale Jarrett. 97, Jeff Gordon. In 2016, Denny Hamlin. We'll see if Truex can pull that feat off. When their dual race and the 500 in the same season, 7 drivers have done that. Can Joey Logano and or Eric Almirola pull that off in 2023? Well, Fireball Roberts did it way back in 1962. Cale Yarborough did it in 77 and 84. Sterling Marlin in 95. Bill Elliott in 85. Dale Earnhardt in 1998. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 2004. And then Matt Kenseth did it last in 2012. 5 drivers have started the season off with the win of the Great American Race and went on to win the championship. Lee Petty in 1959, the first Daytona 500. Richard Petty did it 4 times. He's won this race 7 times. 64, 71, 74, and 79. He won the Great American Race and the championship. Cale Yarborough did it in 77. Jeff Gordon did it in 1997. And Jimmy Johnson in 2006 and 2013. 9 drivers have got their very, very first career win at the Daytona 500. Last year, Austin Cindric did that. Tony Lund, Mario Andretti, Pete Hamilton. So Tony Lund did it in 63. Mario Andretti did it in 1967, his only NASCAR win in his career. Pete Hamilton in 1970. Derek Cope in 1990. Sterling Marlin. He got his very first career win in 1994 at Daytona. His very second career win was 95 the following year. 2001, Michael Waltrip, we all know 22 years ago today, we lost the late, great Dale Earnhardt. Trevor Bayne, 2011, for the Wood Brothers. 20 to 21, Michael McDowell, we all know the end of that one. The Penske cars crashed each other, and Michael McDowell goes through the win. Last year, 2 Penske cars back up front, Austin Cindric and Ryan Blaney. Cindric goes high, gets Blaney into the wall, Cindric goes on to the win by that much over Bubba Wallace. Now, the one thing, because you have a first-time Cup Series winner this year. Let's look at the starting lineup here for the Daytona 500. Because normally I'll be doing these videos once before qualifying even happens, but Daytona is always a little wonky. So we're going to run down the starting lineup. We got the Henry boys in the front row. So, no surprise there. They both had won before. Joey Logano, Eric Almirola, Christopher Bell. Let's see. Who could be a first-time winner this year? Corey LaJoie. A lot of people think Corey LaJoie can pull that off. Todd Gilliland. I would be so tickled if Todd Gilliland can pull that off. Zane Smith starting 17th. He could get his first career win. Harrison Burton. Ryan Preece. Noah Gragson for Legacy Motor Club. Let's see here. Justin Haley, Kulik Racing. That would be kind of cool if he could pull that off. BJ McLeod, doubtful. Yeah, BJ McLeod wins. Good Lord, I might stop watching NASCAR. Connor Daly, Corey Ware. Yeah, right. Ty Dillon, Riley Herbst, and another Rick Ware racing car. And then Travis Pastrana. Travis Pastrana and Jimmy Johnson starting the last 2. I think Kyle Busch and his backup car will be shotgun on the field. The 2 did not qualify was Austin Hill and Chandler Smith. Pretty sad for that. But so yeah, there's a few drivers there that could get their first win. Now the youngest driver to ever win the Daytona 500, Trevor Bayne, 2011, 20 years and 1 day. The oldest, Bobby Allison, 1988, 50 years and 73 days, with his son finishing second, the late great Hall of Famer Davey Allison. Neither of those records will fall today. Ty Gibbs is 20 in like 4 months, and then Kevin Harvick and Jimmy Johnson are both 47. So the oldest and youngest record will not be broken in 2023. Now, get to the meat and potatoes of this. 2022 Daytona 500, the first points race for the next-gen car. Top 10, Austin Cindric, Bubba Wallace, Chase Briscoe, Ryan Blaney, Eric Almirola, Kyle Busch, Michael McDowell, David Reagan, Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott. 7 cautions for 37 laps, 35 lead changes. Brad Keselowski led 67 laps. Ryan Blaney 36, Kyle Busch 28. The 2 Daytona races last year, the start of the season and then the end of the regular season, Austin Cindric averaged a 2.0 average finish for the win. He won the 500, finished third in the 400. Bubba Wallace 6.5 average finish. Kyle Busch 8.0. Ryan Blaney 9.5. Martin Truex Jr. 10.5. Austin Dillon 13. Eric Almirola 13. Ty Gibbs did finish 13th in that 400-mile race at the end of the regular season last year, and then Joey Logano 16.5. If you look at the 4 races between Daytona and Talladega, now, because of the next-gen car, I'm not looking at any stat prior to last year to figure out who's going to win this, because to me, those stats are obsolete now. They're cool to look at to see who's done what in the past, but to figure out who's going to win and get the picks in, yeah, no. So, Daytona and Talladega, the 2 super speedways, I know. Atlanta, they draft there. Atlanta runs just like a super speedway race. Correct. But it's a mile and a half. It's its own hybrid stuff. So when I look at this stuff, I'm going to look at flash tracks. I'm going to look at high bank tracks. I'm going to look at short tracks, mile and a half, etc. We're going to kind of pair those together. Daytona and Talladega are similar, but they're not alike. So when I'm looking at these stats, I'm looking at what the 2 races at Daytona. I know day and night, they're actually different too. But you add Talladega in there, kind of, is there any simulation where somebody did great at Daytona but great at Talladega or vice versa? So with Daytona and Talladega together, Ryan Blaney 8.0. Austin Cindric 8.5. Kyle Busch 9.75. And he hates super speedway racing. Figure that one out. Austin Dillon 10.25. RCR 1-2 baby. Bubba Wallace 11.5. Chase Elliott 11.75. Michael McDowell 12.5. Martin Truex Jr. 13. Eric Almirola 13.25. Now, today is the 22nd anniversary of the death of the late great Dale Earnhardt. So I decided also to look at one unique stat as well. If you look at February 19th, tomorrow's February 19th, how many Daytona 500s have been held on February 19th? 5. 1978, Bobby Allison, driving a Ford, number 15, won it. His first Daytona 500 win. 1984, Cale Yarborough on the Chevrolet, number 28, his 4th Daytona 500 win. 1989, February 19th, the Icky Shuffle happened in Daytona Victory Lane. The one and only Jaws, Darrell Waltrip, number 17, tied Chevrolet Monte Carlo, got to Victory Lane. One of the famous, if you look back on that Daytona, seeing him in Victory Lane, so freaking happy. And then having him go, I just won the Daytona 500. This is the grubbing announcer. This is the Daytona 500. Tell me something. Tell me this. And it was, and he won it. 19 years of trying, and he got the victory there in the Chevrolet. 1995, Sterling Marlin won his 2nd Daytona 500 in the number 4 car in the Chevrolet. The last time the Daytona 500 was held on a February 19th was 2006. Jimmy Johnson, number 48, won it, his first Daytona 500 win. So, on February 19th, when there's the Daytona 500, the 5 times, 4 of them have been Chevrolets. There's a guy starting that, this is his 18th Daytona 500. He drove the 18 car last year, mind you. He finished last year, average finish 8.0 at Daytona. He's driving the 8th car this year. So one of my picks, a lot of people are doing this. I'm doing 4 picks like I did last year. I know there are people out there that go, well, you know, when you pick half the field to win, that's what's going to happen. But people, there was 20 different winners last year if you want to count the All-Star race. I'm picking 4 to win. So I am picking 20% of the field. In a football game, in the XFL, I did the video for that. You have a 50-50 shot at winning. So I don't think out of the winners last year, 20 different winners, I'm picking 20% here. But if you figure out of the field, I'm picking 10% of the field to win. You're picking 50% and doing stick and ball stuff. So you know what? To me, 10% is not bad. 4 drivers. First one, of course, the number 8, RCR, Kyle Busch. In a Chevrolet, mind you. Number 2 pick, Bubba Wallace in a Toyota. Yeah, you heard me correctly. He won Talladega. I don't give a shit if it's fucking rain shortened, people. He won Talladega. He won Kansas. Both legit wins. He finished second in Daytona 500 3 times now. He can average finish last year 6.5 at Daytona. Austin Cindric, the defending champion. Can he go back to back? He's got a hot rod in those Fords, and I'm taking his teammate, Ryan Blaney, number 12, Menards Toyota, Ford, excuse the hell out of me. So I'm taking 2 Fords. Fords were fast in qualifying. Fords were fast in the duels. Bubba Wallace and Kyle Busch are my 4 picks to win the 2023 Daytona 500. Yes, boys and girls, let's go. Now, if Bubba Wallace wins, I will be calling, more than likely I'm calling in anyway, but you know what? If Bubba Wallace wins, I'm calling in to the morning drive in the morning. I'm calling in to Speedway with Dave Moody. And hell, I might call Larry Mack and Daniel Estrada, and hell, I may even call John Roberts and Chuckle Myers. And go, I told you so, people. Because Bubba Wallace is a damn good racer. He wins this. He will beat my checkered flag on checkered flag and black flags on TMD tomorrow. And he will be the topic of my conversation when I call in Dave Moody Speedway tomorrow night. But those are my picks. Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Austin Cindric, and Ryan Blaney for the 2023 Daytona 500. Let's have a great race. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.